guys, it's time. It's Richmond time. We're here for race 26 of the season, the final race before the chase, and we're going to go underway here for some happy hour before the race. I apologize for that. I need to cut that off. I'm actually going to have the volume a little bit quieter this time instead of it being so loud, because it actually was hard to hear me, so I can't hear myself think. But anyway, we're here for some happy hour. We're going to go for about probably 10 minutes, if that. Just going to go around and talk about some people right now and see what's going on. Right, we're going to have the old ticker back up right here. I actually have the stuff that I usually don't show anymore. But anyway, going into the track, as we are looking at some of the cars going around here at Richmond. Trent Dome just left pit road. Trent came in here third in the points in a tie with Sean Henley. They were the first two guys not locked into the chase. As we already know from the video shown earlier on, Joshua Pollard and Steve Gonzalez are both locked into the chase, so the 44 and the 55 have nothing to lose this week. They can go out there and try to win some more bonus points. And also another thing looming just after the guys that are trying to race their way into the chase and get that locked in, the special announcement will finally be revealed tonight. What is that going to be exactly? It's going to be interesting to see. After the 60 lapper, and the thing's going to be crazy with this, we saw the Nationwide race almost get out of control, but it's going to be a whole new twist tonight. The fact there's no caution in this series, unlike the Nationwide series, who knows what's going to happen. We're looking through the field, though. There's Trent. Oh, we had a wreck. Wrecks do not matter in happy hour, so it won't go in the back. Tim Fralick, one of the guys battling for a wild card, so we're still in contention, but he can only get into a wild card. He has 2 wins. Dylan Young get in still through a wild card as well. It's all those very complicated steps there. There's Steve Gonzalez in. There's another wreck. This is a good. Don't mind the wrecks, people. Don't mind the wrecks. This is only happy hour. But just wanted to talk about some people. I know this kind of sucks to like the wrecking through all this. There's Danny Wells, driver trying to get into the chase. Won this race a season ago to get himself into the chase, get to 10th in points. Danny is right now currently 14th in points, and he is only 10 points out of 10th place James Qualls. There's Seth Cole. Seth is 11th in points, only 3 points out. He does have a win, but he needs to run well. There's James McLeod. He's also trying to get into the chase. Back here with one of Joseph Lombard. Lombard is 15th in points. McLeod is the defending champion trying to get in. He needs to basically win to get a lot to go his way. Andreas Allen, who's coming to pit road with damage, 18th in points, so has a shot to make the chase. There's James Qualls, the 10th place guy in points. He needs this to run well. Former winner here at Richmond. He also, like Danny, a couple seasons ago, won this race and got in. So usually the winner of Richmond gets into the chase. So that's a good sign for these guys. There's Justin Perry, Cole Daly, Charles Jackson. Jackson is 17th in points, trying to get in. Daniel Hummel back here. He's outside the top 20 in points. There's Jake Rogers, a wild card hopeful. He's outside the top 20, trying to get into the top 20. He's 20. Jake is right now running in 29th in points, so he's a long shot. Silver Fox, the first car, absolutely out of contention. John Dillon, who is a wild card hopeful. He's had his struggles, but he had a good run last week. 13th in points here in this race. Him getting into the top 10 could be huge in the wild card battle for a lot of one-time winners, if maybe not even no winners this season. So let's see how that goes. William Duncan put himself on the map, 2 wins, and has a wild card opportunity. He is in a wild card spot right now. He's 20th in points after his win in Atlanta. This is huge for him. Red Bella has worked her way back up. She is 16th in points. She actually has a shot at this. Oh, there's Kurt. Kurt, he is in the top 10. He's 6th in points right now. I would always scenarios on Facebook, but I'm not going to really go over them again. Richard Johnson is running right now 5th in points. He has a great shot to lock himself up a spot. Jacob Lawler, we just saw in the 56. He's in the top 10 in points, and I cannot stay on him. Jacob, where art thou? 7th in points, and there's a wreck. Aaron Williams Jr. back there, who is in the top 10 in points. He is 9th, trying to make his way into the chase. Oh, and they're wrecking bad. Michael Norman, a wild card hopeful. He's trying to work his way in the top 20. Sean Henley trying to race his way in. Zohar Mudden, 19th in points. And they're still pounding. Man, this could be bad. Hope this doesn't happen in the race. Good shot. Good chance it will for 60 laps. Man, they just won't stop piling up back there in that one spot. Jeez. Oh. Oh. This could be a bad sign for the actual race. To just survive, and it's going to be very interesting. But, yeah. I might actually tweak this up a little bit before we actually race, so I don't know. Because it's a little crazy right now. And there's Pichu London, who's also 8th in points trying to get in. But, we're going to stop it there. Not going to reveal the starting lineup yet. But that's just a little preview, but it should calm down, so ignore the wrecks. But those are some of the drivers we're going over. Didn't go over everybody, but should be interesting to see what happens. But stay tuned, guys. The race, the Federated Auto Parts 400 and the final race game of the chase is up next, so stay tuned, guys. And who is going to make the chase for the Mountain Race Series Season 5? We're going to find out very soon. Stay tuned. Richmond, where chase dreams become reality. The last 2 seasons we have saw 2 drivers go to victory lane in this exact race and race their way into the chase. James Qualls, with a miraculous win a couple seasons ago in Season 3, to win the race, jumped from 30th to 20th in points exactly by 1 point to get a wildcard spot, and Qualls went on to make the chase. Last season in Season 4, Danny Wells, outside the top 10, coming into Richmond, won the race, got 10th in points by just a couple points, and made the chase as well. Can we see this happen for a 3rd season in a row? A winner race their way into the chase by winning this very race. Race 26 of Season 5 of the Mountain Race Series is about to go underway for the Federated Auto Parts 400. What the heck is going to happen today? We don't know. We're about to find out for 60 laps. And I did tone down a little bit of the racing, so it won't be as bad like you saw in the happy hour, so hopefully that didn't happen. If it does, I apologize ahead of time. As we head to the backstretch, drivers battling for their lives for a chase spot. And we start with the front row. A couple of Englishmen over from the United Kingdom. Sean Galligan and Joshua Collard on the front row. We already know Collard in the 44 is locked into the chase. He is 2nd in points, but he has nothing to lose today. He can go for a win, do whatever, destroy the car, do a barrel roll, go to Neverland. We don't know. We don't know what Josh will do, but he will go for the win probably today, no matter what. So expect the 44 to do some crazy things today. And along with Steve Gonzalez, the 55 is also locked in the points leader. They're the only 2 guys safe today. They have nothing to lose today, but go for the win. So we'll see what those 2 guys do. But Sean Galligan and the rest of the other 40 drivers outside of the 44 and the 55 are still racing to either for a win, just for a win because they're out of it, or they're just trying to get into the chase still. So Galligan's in the category of still trying to make the chase. He has 1 win, and he is trying to get a 2nd win, which could be crucial if he wants to make the wildcard spot, if he can get in the top 20 points. So we'll see what he does. Row 2 has a couple of Penske cars together. Dylan Young, who is a I guess I should say a long shot to get into the chase. He is right now going to start in 3rd. A former winner here, which is also good on his side as well, coming in here 3rd, starting the race, but Dylan is outside the top 20 points in 22nd, but won his only career win here at Richmond last season in the spring race. And outside of him is his teammate Richard Johnson, a rookie who's been very good this season. He is in the 4th position, and he is currently 5th in points, who has a great shot to make the chase. Seth Cole, who is 11th in points, starts 5th today. Great starting spot for him. He needs this run. And also he's looking for his 2nd win of the season, which could be crucial as well. That would basically lock him in regardless. So he's looking for that. Jacob Lawler, who is in the top 10 in points. He's 7th. Starts 6th today. That 56 car is trying to get MWR 2 cars in the chase. We'll see what Jacob can do today. Justin Perry is a long shot to make the chase. He has a win, but hopefully maybe something can happen for him. He starts 7th. Aaron Reed, a former chaser, not in contention whatsoever, has a lack of starts. He came in a little bit later on. I just saw a bubble. That was weird. Oh. Anyway, Aaron Reed is going for a win. He starts 8th. And round out top 10 is points leader Steve Gonzalez locked in. And Charles Jackson, a chase hopeful, trying to make his first career chase. 17th in points coming to today's race. We'll start in the 10th spot in the number 14 Office Depot Chevrolet. But what is going to happen? What is the fate of these drivers? We're about to find out as we get ready to go racing here at Richmond. The chase is looming very soon. And after 60 laps, I'm going to find out who will be in the chase for the Season 5 Mountain Race Series season and battling for the championship. As the field gets ready to roll by, we're going to take a look at the starting lineup for today's Federated Auto Parts 400 here at Richmond. And we are back, and let the mayhem begin. The race to the chase ends tonight. Sean Galligan, Joshua Collard, a chaser already, will lead him down to the green flag. Who is going to bring their chase realities or dreams to reality today? We'll find out as the green flag is out here at Richmond. Like I said, these guys have to be very careful and not wreck. One little mistake by you or another driver could take you out of championship contention to make the chase. As Galligan storms off to a quick lead, doing exactly what he needs to do to win this race and try to make the chase, get that second win. Dylan Young and others are going to need a lot of help with one win. There's Seth Cole. He's doing exactly what he needs to do. Battling for the second spot and trying to stay up toward the front and avoid trouble today. Justin Perry, Steven Gonzalez, and Steven's teammate Joshua Mudd. Another guy trying to make the chase. Mudd is outside the top 20, but he needs to get a win to help himself out. Danny Wells back there. Ryan Acosta, the unique driver in the situation, had the chance to make the top 10 points barely, but he can also fall back on the wild card situation. I think I saw smoke. Uh-oh. We'll go back here. Nope, maybe not. Thought I did. Guess not. Right now it's clean and green so far and nothing's happening. They're driving pretty calm right now. And we got a battle for the lead. Seth Cole goes under Sean Galligan for the spot. Like I said, there's no caution, so we have to watch out for a wreck to happen because he locked the racetrack up. Galligan hangs on, continues to lead the way. Steven Gonzalez, like I said, he has nothing to lose. He wants to just win another race. He's only won once. He would love to win another race. Ooh, gotta be careful in those corners, man. Those are very grinding kind of corners. You have to be careful. Seth's still trying to get around Galligan for the lead. Galligan gets around the outside. I think Seth's going to get a lap. But no, that was close. 52 led a lap. That's an important bonus point. That's another thing. Every point matters because people have missed a chase about 1 point before. And it can play crucial at the end of this race. Leading that lap can make a difference for Seth. You never know. Or Galligan, or whoever leads this race. Working that lap 7 of 60. Seth Cole leads the way. Steven Gonzalez is going to take second away from Sean Galligan. Danny Wells, last season's winner of this race, is going to now take third. Galligan just went way up the track. Now looks like they're really clean. Now Steven going right for the lead on Seth. I think Seth did what he wanted to do. He wanted to lead that lap, but he wants to stick around up there. He's not going to fight probably hard for the lead. Let Steven probably have it. Steven just wants to go win, so he's going to drop the wheels off that Aaron's Dream Machine. They're about to go 3 wide back there. Gotta be careful. We're gonna go to the back, and there's Michael Norman, driver trying to get a wild card spot. Fell outside the top 20. He's 23rd in points. He's running dead last right now. Man, this guy cannot catch a break the last few races. He's really struggling. There's Kurt Mortznick, top 10 driver in points. He's actually up there in 6th in points. He's back here running in the back, and this is not what Kurt needs. This is not where he needs to be whatsoever. He's the only candidate for. Actually, no, he's not. There's 2 Gibbs cars have a chance, and Justin Perry with the outside shot, but Qualls is up there, but Kurt Morton's going straight to the back. This is not what he needs whatsoever. He's been in the top 10 points basically all season long. There's Jake Rogers. He's a wild card contender, and he's struggling. He's had a downfall in runs lately. Trent Dunham back here basically just had to start the race along with Sean Henley to get in the chase, but he doesn't want to fall all the way back there and really rely on that. I mean, anything's possible. They're still not locked in. They need a couple cars to fly out of the race to be safe, but Trent's falling back. There's Joseph Lombard, who's outside the top 10 points. James Qualls, who's 10th in points, is falling back. Charles Jackson slipping back. Jacob Lawler. There's Andreas Allen. Richard Johnson slipping back. This is back here around 28th on back. Zohar Mine's 27th. Collard's falling back, but he's locked in. Dylan Young did not need this right now. A couple of moves moving up. Red Bell, Aaron Williams Jr. moving up toward the front. They started out back. We'll get back here a little bit more. There's William Duncan, last week's winner, battling with Cody Lamas. There's James Cloud. John Henley worked his way up from the back. John Dillon also has done the same. A lot of drivers are wanting John Dillon to get into the top 10 in points. He's the closest guy with 2 wins that has a shot to make it in the top 10. That could really open up the wild card battle for one-time winners, such as Seth Cole and Rohit Vader, a couple of Tweenix racing cars. And you also throw in the Ryan Acosta. A lot of guys have room for that 27 car to get to the top 10 in points. Another one right there is that 17 of Tim Fralick, who's still trying to make the top 20 with his 2 wins. Noah Hart moves way over. There's Michael Walton, Daniel Hummel. Steven Gonzalez gave it the lead. Seth Cole is back to lead. There's Rohit Vaderview, who has still a shot to make the chase. He's up here with his teammate. Danny Wells is going after Seth for the lead. And Pichu London, 8th in points. Right now running in the 3rd spot in the 42 car. Look like Juan Pablo out there from last season at Richmond. Really dominant near the end of that race. Danny's trying to win this race for a 2nd season in a row. Like I said, this race has got people in the chase, so winning this race is very important to a lot of drivers. This could be the 3rd season of that happening. And Danny in the same spot as Seth, they're battling for a chase spot. They could be battling for that last spot. You never know. For that 10th spot. And Danny's going to lead that lap. That's important. That's not going to be good for Seth, for Danny to lead a lap. But nonetheless, Danny leads. Seth is 11th in points. Danny is 14th in points. So, I mean, that's really crucial. And they have to keep an eye on that 51 back there. He's 12th in points. Really, Vaderview, a former winner this season as well. Danny, on the other hand, has not won a race this season. He didn't get his first win of the season until this race 1 season ago. Broke through and won. P2 London's going to take second away from Seth Cole. Daniel Hummel's going to take third. And a car really on the move right now is that 5 car, James McLeod. He's in the top 10. He's in the Rockwell color this week. I think he felt like this was going to be the good luck colors this week. And right now we still haven't had any wrecks. Everybody stayed calm and has continued on. That 5 car is definitely on the move. Seth's now starting to fall back. He's trying to find a spot in line. I think McLeod's going to give him a break. He does. A couple good friends right there. But I mean, all the guys needing good runs are up here. Wells, London, Vaderview, Cole, McLeod. I mean, Daniel Hummel's still in contention as well. Noah Hart's a newer driver. John Dillon doing what he needs to do to try to get the top 10 in points. But a lot of guys he's racing around in the point standings are right there with him because he's 13th in points. So you got like 11th through 14th right there. I mean, it's hard to do anything when they're all right next to each other, basically. Silver Fox is right there in the top 10, and Red Bell is up in 10th place, and there's Andreas Allen, who really kind of hurt his shot last week. He was 10th in points coming into Atlanta, had to fail off pit road and drop himself to 18th in points. And Seth Cole is actually pitting in the 52. That's early, I think. Well, it's 21 laps, so maybe this is early for a sense of that. Maybe he has a strategy. The only car pitting is the 52. Go back around here, and Danny Wells is leading the way. Anybody else going to pit? Don't. Oh, they're slowing down, trying to get through here. Maybe that's what he was trying to avoid, was this little mayhem right here of people pitting. Trent Dunham's pitting, Cody Lamas, Sean Galligan, the pole sitter, Justin Perry, James Qualls, Joshua Collard, Dylan Young. Expect these guys to start coming down this time. It's not like Danny and them are coming. You gotta be careful of coming to pit road. They're being fairly clean right now. Andreas Allen staying out to lead lap. He's going to keep the 88 car from leading the lap right there, it looks like. Yes, he does. 88, I think, is trying to stay out and lead a lap. So is Zohar Munn. These guys are trying to stay out and lead a lap. And so is Joseph Lombard. Those are all guys. And William Duncan. The top 5 were guys all battling for a chase spot. How ironic. They all were trying to stay out and lead a lap, and then Andreas Allen won the battle for that. And now they're all pitting. Are they going to stay out again? Doesn't look like it. And this could be the new leader, Seth Cole. He's ahead of Trent. That first pit stop could be crucial for Seth to get a lead right here. Now I can see where Vaderview and them are going to be. Actually, got to see where Danny's going to be. He was the first one. Oh, the 43 has damage. Oh, does anybody else have damage? The 43 is destroyed. I think Charles Sanford has damage, not Chasers, though. Oh, Steven Gonzalez has damage a little bit. Charles Jackson still on pit road. Don't see anybody else. Trying to figure out who's leading the way. And Danny Wells actually came out in front of Seth. Oh, we gotta come up here. These guys, I think these guys are going a lap down, actually. I don't know what happened on pit road, but now the field's spread out. Now they're gonna be racing hard. Seth's next by Danny right here. I think this is the battle for the lead. Daniel Hummel's up there as well in the 10 car. And the lead does cycle back around to the 52. And the field did definitely get shuffled up a little bit there. Looking through here. Looks like everybody got off the road. Just want to go make a cycle around. Right now, Seth Cole is leading. Danny Wells is second. Daniel Hummel is third. Fourth place is Roy Vaderview. Fifth place is James McLeod. Trent Dunham is sixth. Noah Hart seventh. Eighth place is Cody Lamas. Ninth place is Andreas Allen. And Sean Gallagher, the pole sitter, is back into the top 10 and 10th right now. Silver Fox 11th. Williams is 12th. 13th is Chris Washer. 14th place is John Dillon. Zohar Munn 15th. James Paul 16th. And Zohar Munn has damage on his car. I just looked at that. He has a little bit of buckle on the hood of that 12 car. That could be a problem for him to stay up, and he needs every position he can. He's letting the car go. Red Bell's right there. There's Joshua Collard. William Duncan's 19th, and Dylan Young is now 20th. Going around the slow car, 17th, Tim Fralick. There's Lombard 21st right now. He needs to step it up a little bit. Richards, Jake Rogers, Justin Harry. P2 London, he had a horrible pit stop. He's now back here in 25th position. I don't know what happened to the 42. But nonetheless, he was in the top 10, up there actually in the top 5, and now he's back here. Michael Norman, there's Jacob Waller, there's Walsh, there's Ryan Acosta. Richard Johnson back there in 31st. Steven Gonzalez is already locked in, though. There's Mud. We go back here to Kurt Morknick's 35th, and there's Seth Cole. And anybody drop out of the race? Sean Henley is out of the race. Oh, wow. Oh, man. He wasn't locked in either. Oh, boy. Well, if some people don't run that well, Hindley had a cushion over James Qualls, who's 10th in points. Hindley had to finish about 37th or 8th. It was actually almost down like 39th or 41st or something. He did not lead a last one. It was only about 37th, 38th is what he had to finish. So Sean is going to be biting his nails to the end of this race. Wow. That's tied for 3rd in points out of the race with Charles Sanford. Oh boy. I did not see Hindley having problems. Wow. That is tough break. I have to keep an eye on that. Let me go back to the cycle to the front if I can find it. Right now, Danny Wells is taking the lead back away from Seth Cole, who's battling with Daniel Hummel now for 2nd. Charles Jackson back there a lap down. This is going to hurt his chance. Kurt Mortink's also going to be on thin ice too. He's about to go a lap down. He's back in about 35th place. The guy that's been up in the top 10 in points basically all season long is in trouble right now. And Seth Cole's actually falling back. You know, he pitted earlier, so his tires are a little bit more worn out than these other guys. Plus, he's going to probably have to make another pit stop soon, so probably planning on that, just waiting until that pit window to pit. So like you say, he might have a strategy to try to get this win. You never know. But Danny Wells having a hard time getting around Kurt Mortinek, who's holding him up right now. And Daniel Hummel in that 10 car is not waiting for him. Good run for that Evernham car. I mean, Evernham had an up and down season. Jake Broder's him and William Duncan both won twice, but they've had a share of bad luck, and they're both trying to make the chase. But the other 2 cars, Daniel Hummel and James Silverfox, have really struggled this season. Hummel's had a couple of good runs. Silverfox has really been the struggling part of the team, but he's not had luck either. But really, it's been a good run to see one of these guys run good. Out under the radar, Daniel Hummel, a rookie. I mean, he still has a shot at it. Hummel needs a lot to go his way, though. He's 26th in points, and he has to get to the top 20 still. He needs to win this race when he's done. He has to get into a wild card situation. He's too far back. So, let's see what he does. Charles Jackson trying to get around Kurt, that's another point, but like I said, he needs a lot to go his way. You guys are going to be coming to pit road and stuff. I have to check and see where everybody's at. Zohar Mine is continuing to fall back. The damage, this is really hurting him. James Qualls is also on thin ice right now. You think about it, he's 10th in points. Does not have a win, so he falls out of the top 10. Qualls is done. He's like Joseph Lombard. He's like Dylan Young, Red Bell, Zohar Mine. No wins is not going to help you out if you're outside the top 10. You're done. There's no way you're going to get in the chase. William Duncan's actually working his way up toward the front. Trail 17th. He's 20th in points, so he is on thin ice. He has a wildcard spot. And where's John Dillon? John Dillon is 14th right now, so I'm not quite sure about him at the moment. So I'll have to wait and see. As we go back up here, we're all at 40. It's going to be about time for these guys to make pit stops. We're going to keep an eye on Seth, see if he does. And Daniel Hummel, I think, has actually taken the lead. Yes, he has. Daniel Hummel is the new leader. We're experiencing lag for once. That was interesting. Still, like I said, we have to keep an eye on Sean Hindley at the end of this race and the points. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with him. That is just crazy. Coming up on Brian James, about to give him a lap down. Right now, that was I thought that was going to be the lap that Seth actually pitted. He pitted on lap 21, so I thought 41 he would have pitted, but I guess he's trying to stretch it. Don't think anybody's went to pit road just yet. Doesn't look like it. But we had a fairly clean race. We had an incident on pit road, but definitely a lot different than we expected to see, especially in the happy hour situation. Seth continues to stay out. Danny does, and so does Daniel. Looks like Kurt Mortick trying to go after the 10 car and try to get his lap back. Going right back at him. Ooh, too close. I think I really calm the racing down too much. I don't know. But it could have been a wreck fest, so I don't know. Danny right now is getting kicked to the hot side by Charles Jackson. He's going to lose contact with the 10 car. Seth Cole is back there running around in 3rd, and they got a little bit of gap back to Seth's one of his teammates, the other 20X car. And that is Roy Baderview, who's in a really good spot right now. Running in the top 5, he's doing what he needs to do. 12th in points. I mean, Qualls and people like that, Williams, are biting their nails right now, and Peachy London, Jacob Waller. I mean, there's a lot of guys not running so well right now. So I have to wait and see how they do. There's Williams back there with Galligan and Lamas. There's John Dillon. So we'll have to wait and see. And there comes Daniel Hummel. He's pitting. I think Seth already pitted. There's Justin Perry and James Qualls pitting together. And there's Seth. He came down last time, so he did come down again first. We gotta be careful when you guys come down pit road once again. Because there was contact on pit road that cost a lot of people, including Sean Hindley. We'll have to go back and check that at the end of the race. We'll just keep an eye on people on pit road. We'll have to keep up with the 10. I've seen a lot of things going on right now on pit road. Everybody's getting them cleanly. And Silver Fox stood out and led a lap. See if we can find the 91. Here they come to pit road. Andreas Allen. Already let up. Ooh, watch out, William Duncan. Man, trying to get every bit of that ground they can. Almost ran into back at the 88. Let's see if anybody else tries to lead a lap. I don't think anybody else stayed out. And looks like everybody's trying to get off pit road and leave. Look around, find that 52 again. Here's the first car off. Where is Seth? Well, there's Seth. I think these cars are back here. And Hummel actually came out in front of Seth Cole again. Danny's back here with James McLeod. And Noah Harthing's actually gotten around him. We had to get around these guys now. I'm looking up here. Man, Andreas Allen really gained a ton of ground. I don't know who's leading at the moment. Waiting to see word. It's Daniel Hummel. And Andreas Allen has inserted himself into this battle for the lead. He's in third. And Aaron Williams Jr. is fourth. How did these guys get up here? Wow. I thought the later pit stops would have hurt these guys, but I guess not. Nonetheless, these guys up here are doing what they have to do to get in here. Actually looking back here a little bit more. Noah Hart's sixth now. And William Duncan is in fifth place. Wow, where is he at? There he is. Wow, William Duncan really surprising us. He's up here now. There's Danny Wells, James McLeod. They got by Zohar Mon, who has damage. That's a spot a lot of guys are trying to get. Trent Dump's knocked by his brother right there. Danny gains a spot. So there's McLeod and Dunham, but for McLeod's sake, he has to win this race basically. He's outside the top 20 and not looking like it's going to happen. Not quite sure. This might be the end of the... You might have the Brad Keselowski effect, not making the chase after the championship. We'll have to wait and see, but it doesn't look good for the champ. Danny Wells is right now running 7th. He has to be careful as well. There's Chris Washer, and Zohar is continuing to fall back. Up in the field, there's Joseph Lombard. He's in 12th. This is going to be really close on him. And Roy Vaderview is back to 13th place. What happened to the 51 on that pit stop? He lost a ton of ground. Like a little bit more from more guys. James Quall is right now running in the 17th position, trying to get Jack Richard for 16th. There's Steven Gonzalez. There's John Dillon, 19th. Red Bell is 20th. Michael Norman is working up to 21st. Dylan Young, 22nd. Jake Rogers right now 25th. Jacob Waller is 26th. Collars 27th. Richard Johnson is 28th. PJ Lund is 29th. Falling back still. Kurt Mortonick is 31st. Ryan Acosta 33rd. And it's going to be interesting to see how this chase is going to be filled out. We're about to find out. We're under 10 laps to go, and we're going to find out who's going to be in the chase. Daniel Hummel is leading the way right now. He has a 1 second lead over Seth Cole in the 52, who's still trying to get around some traffic. As Hummel is basically clear of it now, he just has to run down the 18 car. So this would be a huge win for Daniel Hummel. Even if it's not in a chase scenario situation for him, this is still a big win. This usually helps people get their seasons going. And for Hummel's sake, I mean, if he doesn't make the chase, which it doesn't look like because his teammate William Duncan looks like he's going to make it. Actually, what the heck? William Duncan just dropped way back. What in the world? William Duncan is dropping like a rock just now. He went from 5th down to 10th. What in the world? Did he get hung up behind somebody? That's weird. What? Duncan was just right there. I don't know, like Noah Hart, some of these guys are coming alive, but man, Duncan just dropped 5 spots. That was interesting. I don't know what happened there. But nonetheless, we go back up here. Daniel Hummel is still, he's actually growing his lead on Seth Cole, but for Seth's sake, he's 11th in points coming in this race. He's ahead of James Qualls, he's ahead of Aaron Williams Jr. and Peach London. I think Seth's in a really good spot. All he has to do is basically coast these next couple of laps and just make it. Not coast, but just cruise around. And people like Andreas Allen are going to be holding their breath. I think Aaron Williams is going to save himself and make the chase for a second season in a row along with Seth. Trent Dunham looks like he's going to make it for a second season in a row. Danny Wells is going to be on the cusp of it too. James McLeod might not make it this season, and William Duncan might make it for the first time. But it looks like it'll be an Evernham day as we're coming to the white flag. The Auto Value bumper-to-bumper Dodge Charger, number 10, rookie Daniel Hummel is going to be coming around for one more lap. He just has to make it around without any trouble. Seth is 1.5 seconds back. And the Evernham Motorsports number 10, the rookie Daniel Hummel is going to come off the final corner. And Daniel Hummel is going to break through the victory lane for the first time in the Mountain Race Series. He wins here at Richmond and takes the Federated Auto 400 here at Richmond. I almost go for the title. I caught it though. And the race is going to be official now. We're waiting for the last car, the 33, to cross the line. And the points will be calculated. Daniel Hummel wins. here at Richmond. We have to go through here and take a look. And like I said, the points will be revealed after this. It'll be probably a dragged out thing, probably. But Daniel Hummel is going to go to the victory lane for the first time, the rookie, in the third ever NASCAR car this season to win the race. Congrats to him and that team for winning the race. Seth Cole ended up second. I'm pretty sure he's going to make the chase, just racing his way in. That's great for him. Noah Hart, great run for him, a newer driver in the series. He ends up third today in the 8 car. Probably one of his best friends, if not his best friend of the season. Andreas Allen's up fourth. He's going to have to hold his breath and wait for the points. He's really going to be close. Trent Dunham got up to fifth. Chris Washington fell back to, or actually he went up to 6th. Aaron Williams dropped to 7th right there at the end, but I'm pretty sure he's okay. Danny Wells went up 8th. 9th place James McLeod. Probably not going to be in the chase again this season to defend his championship, but I mean, this was a struggling season for him. And William Duncan looks like he's going to get one of the wild card spots, depending on how John Dillon falls. And he beat out Michael Norman, Jake Rogers, and Tim Freilich. So I'm pretty sure William Duncan is going to be guaranteed one of the 2 chase spots because he came here 20th in points, finished 10th. You do the math, he's probably going to be in the top 20 still. Roy Vaderview had a good chance to almost lock himself up there in the top 10, but he fell back. He gained a couple of spots back up to 11th, but it's going to be close on him too. I don't know. Zohar Martin, he actually salvaged a 12th place finish, but I don't think he's going to be in. Silver Fox, Sean Gallagher, and Joseph Lombard, who was 14th in points, or 15th I should say. Not sure if that's going to help him finish in the spot he was in points. Don't know. Like I said, it's going to be close. Jack Richards, James Qualls came here 10th in points, ends up 17th today. Another person probably biting their nails right now. Cody Lamas, John Dillon, looks like he's going to be a wild card as well. Don't think he got in the top 10 in points, so it's probably going to be him and William Duncan as the 2 wild cards. So people like Roy at Vaderview probably not going to be happy about that. Seth, I think, raced his way in though. Brian Acosta, another driver, probably not happy about that as well because he was right on the cusp of it, but he didn't run well. Red Bell finished 20th, and Michael Norman 21st. Doesn't look like Norman's going to make the chase in his rookie season, even though he got that late win at Indy to get his second win. William Duncan kind of stole that away from him with that second win at Atlanta. 21st doesn't look like he's going to get the job done for Norman. Roush might actually get shut out this season in the chase, I'm not sure. So looking down through the rest of the field, some people are going to be biting nails though, I'm just saying. I don't know. It's going to be, some people are going to be right outside of it and get knocked out of it. Looking through some main guys, Dylan Young, Jake Rogers, 24th. Doesn't look like the season 2 champion is going to get back into the chase. Looking at Jacob Lawler's up 26th. He might be okay. He's going to be close. Collard locked in already. Peter London fell back to 28th. He's another guy going to be really close. And if that win at Richmond would have happened, or not Richmond, at Talladega, he lost because he ran out of gas. That could have played a dividend on this, but then again, he might not have made it through wild card anyway, though, because he didn't have 2 wins. So London could be really close as well. Richard Johnson is up 29th. Not what he needed, but he might have a cushion. Kurt Morchen's up 31st. He's going to be close. Ryan Acosta didn't look like he's going to make it. Charles Jackson doesn't look like he's going to make his first chase. Still, he'll have to wait another season. Steve Gonzalez, not what he probably wanted to run, but I mean, he's in. Tim Freilich, his miraculous run, it looks like he's going to end today, but did get a couple wins. And Sean Henley, dead last today. We'll have to go back and take a look at what happened to him, but man, you don't want to make it this, I guess, suspenseful or make it this dramatic, but we'll have to see where Sean falls in points. I know he's not going to stay up in 3rd, that's for sure, but some of these other guys struggled and might have saved him from falling out and not making the chase, but it's going to be close. We'll have to wait and see. We're going to check a replay out and see what happened to Sean and Charles Sanford and see why they actually dropped out of the race. Well, I didn't have to really look into this replay that much. I just look at the car in front of him, and that is Michael Walton. And these guys are coming to pit road, and yeah, I expected this to happen. Unfortunately, Walton ran to the back, or got hit by Sean Henley, who got slammed by Charles Sanford, and they were actually a wreck on the racetrack. Tim Freilich is actually going to get a piece of it as well, so that hurt him. Right in front of Jacob Lawler and a couple other cars, and this actually held these guys up from coming to pit road. And as you know, Henley's going to come in here and pull around to his pit stall and drop out of the race, along with Charles Sanford, who got teleported back. So that's a tough break. That's what happened there. We'll go back to the results now, and we'll get ready to show you the points. Alright guys, we're going to take one last look at the results. Congrats once time to Daniel Hummel on the win today. And we're about to finalize the chase field and about to show you that momentarily in a little PowerPoint and everything. So stay tuned for that, and should be an interesting field whatsoever. We'll find out who made it in top 10, who's the 2 wildcard spots, and I'm actually going to announce the special announcement that regards the Mountain Race Series. So stay tuned for that and get ready for the PowerPoint presentation and the points. So I will see you guys after that. Alright guys, it is now time to reveal the chase field, the 12 drivers that made it into the Season 5 Mountain Dew Race Series chase field and battling for the championship in the final 10 races of the season. After a very wild Richmond, I guess it really shouldn't say wild, but a very crucial race, I should say. It was very calm compared to that happy hour showed, but enough about me rambling on about happy hour. It's time to reveal the chase field for Season 5 of the Mountain Dew Racing Series, as I cannot talk. Good way to start. Now, this is the easy part with the first few people. Trent Dunham actually ran well enough to leapfrog around Collard and Gonzalez to take the points lead, but again, it's going to reset after this, which I'll show in a later slide. But Trent had a good enough finish to lock himself a spot up. He was basically locked in anyway. He had to do really bad. But, again, a lot of people have bad runs, so basically locked Trent in. So Trent will make the chase for the second time in the last 2 seasons. His second consecutive chase after missing the first 3, so Ernest Ganassi will be represented by Trent Dunham so far. Steve Gonzalez and Joshua Collard both were already in. They were locked in, so they were already good to go. So Stephen MWR and Joshua Collard for RPM, both into the chase. Josh making his first ever chase in his rookie season, so great, congrats to him. And Stephen making his 3rd consecutive chase in all 3 seasons he's been here. So Stephen is still 3 for 3 now. So he's been in the chase every season. Still looking for that first championship though, that he's been really close to before. Richard Johnson, another rookie that made the chase, he will end up 4th in the points, 32 back. And that, by the way, is how many points are to Trent, who just says leader, if you haven't caught on to that. But Richard Johnson, he hung around, got to 4th in points. So Johnson for Penske Racing is going to be going into the chase in his rookie season, that 77 car. So congrats to Richard. Sean Henley, even though he finished dead last, had a lot of help with other cars having problems. Sean fell back to a tie for 5th in points, but Henley will make his 2nd chase. He's 2 for 2 now as well. So Sean will be in the chase once again, this time for Twin X Racing this season. And Jacob Lawler, another MWR car, will make the chase along with Steven Gonzalez. Jacob will end up in a tie for 5th in points, but lost it to Sean with the wins. He was 37 back. So Jacob Lawler in the 56 car, the Napa car, will be in the chase. Yes, the 56 will be in the chase in this actual one, not like real life and get screwed, but the 56 is in the chase in this series. So no worries, Jacob, you will not be kicked out for Jeff Gordon. Don't worry about that. Or Ryan Newman, whatever it was. Whatever. Actually, Gordon just got it. But now, that was the easy part. Now it's going to get to the tough part, who made it. And look on the second page here. And these guys were just right behind the others in points. And this gets crazier from 9th on down, I should say. Well, actually, just under 9th. Aaron Williams Jr., sigh of relief for him. He makes the chase for the 2nd season in a row. And he had a good run at Richmond. He actually started in the back and actually worked his way up. Seth Cole made the jump from 11th up to 8th in points. And gets in the chase again for the 2nd season in a row. Seth, you can breathe a sigh of relief now. You're in the chase again. And Kurt Mortig, another rookie who hung around the top 10 in points most of the season, had a struggling race at Richmond, but hung on. He fell to 9th in points, but he is in the chase. So Kurt will make his debut for Joker's Racing. Seth, another Twin X Racing car, and Aaron Williams Jr. is the first Hendrick Motorsports car we've seen in the chase. As of right now, the only one that made it. But then I didn't put 10th place yet because there was a very unique scenario that just happened for 10th, and it involves 2 drivers. James Qualls and Danny Wells were tied in points for 10th. They were minus 53 from points leader Trent Dunham. So the question is, who gets 10th spot? I probably should have worded that a little bit better, but who does get the final top 10 spot in points? And the irony is, I actually mentioned this, James Qualls, Danny Wells are the last 2 winners at Richmond, and now they're going to be battling for the final spot through a tiebreaker. Can't believe it actually came down between these 2 guys, but now the question is, who got the spot? Well, we have to do the stat comparison. Qualls versus Wells. Now, as you know, James has not won a race in a couple seasons. He actually hasn't won since Richmond in Season 3. So he has 0 wins, he has 3 top 5s, and 3 top 10s. Not the ideal stat line to have for this, but we move on to Danny Wells and see what his stats look like. Danny, no wins as well, only 1 top 5 and 4 top 10s. And how I do my system of tiebreakers goes by wins, then top 5s, then top 10s. And it's kind of a foregone conclusion about that because Qualls is 3 top 5s versus Danny's 1 top 5 because neither one of them had to win, so we had to go to top 5s. So in this case, 10th in points goes to James Qualls. He gets the 10th spot because he has more top 5s, so congrats to James Qualls. He gets Joe Gibbs Racing into the chase with the final top 10 spot and the tiebreaker over Danny Wells. So congrats to you, James. and that is the top 10. Now, we go to the wild card spots, and they were no surprise. John Dillon, with his 2 wins, he fell back to 15th in points. He actually did not move into the top 10, so that didn't help people that had 1 win. And William Duncan hung on to actually move up 1 spot to 19th. He stayed within the top 20. They were the only 2 guys with 2 wins in the top 20. From 11th through 20th, they were the only 2 guys that had 2 wins. So John Dillon and William Duncan. I should have put a rookie thing by William Duncan and John Dillon. There's a couple more rookies that are going to make the chase. So congrats to John Dillon and William Duncan on making the chase through the wild card spots. Well, now, there's a look at your field. I want to drag that down just a little bit more. There you go. But there's your look at your chase reset, and it goes by wins. So there's like a 6-way tie for the points lead because they're all one-time winners, and nobody else had won. So that's what the field chase is going to look like going into the chase. I just said it like 50 times just then. Anyway, but that's how it's going to look now. It's probably the closest it's going to be during the whole entire chase. So there's your field for the Season 5 Boundary Series chase. Well, guys, it was a very long and eventful ride to get to the chase, but we're finally here. And I just want to wish good luck to everybody in the chase and, for everybody else that's still racing. And I'll see you guys at Chicagoland. And I will show the points, what they officially look like, and how close everybody else was and stuff to making the chase. And after I show the points, I'm actually going to do one final announcement that's going to be in a separate video. So stay tuned for the announcement video coming up after this race. It'll probably be uploaded right after this one, or if not beforehand, I'll just make it public afterwards. But again, guys, thanks for watching this and everything of the points we at the end of the video. Good luck to everybody in the chase, and we're finally here, and we're ready to go racing for the last 2 races of the season. I'll see you guys there. See you guys at Chicagoland. Bye!